Welcome to the show. The best around, it just depends if I'm in your town.
And it's another edition of Ruck Talk, everybody.
Yeah.
And this one's going to be special today.
They ask who's the best around.
Don't forget to follow us at Ruck Talk, please. So the word on the street is I got to start doing this. Like, create a following, they said. That's the word on the street. Follow us at Ruck Talk on everything. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. TikTok might offend you, but it's all right. The whole shebang. And then go to the website. Rucktalk.com is the website. We've got some cool things there. I got this super, super cool thing you can sign up for. It's called the Fit as Ruck. Yeah, you heard that right. The Fit as Ruck program. You know how I love putting on that weight vest and doing some awesome stuff. So put together like an 8-week program. I did. It actually kind of like changed the game. Just how I like doing things. So make sure you check that out. Here's the thing, man. Like I said, I might make some people mad today. I ran across a story that I thought was pretty awesome, right? But the more I dug into the story, and the start of the story is not to offend, or this isn't political, but it starts off that way, and it's not an opinion. I'm just trying to start a point into things that as a person who builds, a builder, an entrepreneur, a person that wants to make the world better, things that you're going to essentially encounter as you go along that path of your success, right? So Elon Musk, like him or not, word on the street is he's a trillionaire now, right? That's a lot of zeros. I don't even know. That's a lot of zeros, right? For one person, which I think is a great. Congratulations to him on that. And people would say, like, are you mad? Are you crazy? And that's where your emotions get involved. Your emotions get involved because it's either swayed politically, and we all know because of his involvement for that brief amount of time in politics. And he's still very vocal today, but he's concentrating more on what he was here to do, which is build and do awesome stuff. I'm a fan of his based on how he's developed his companies and how he started here and went to here. And people, oh, yeah, but his dad was this. And you know what? That dude, bottom line, that dude took a rocket and made it land itself back. Enough said. Just stop, right? Full stop at that point. A lot of people who their parents gave them money and didn't do squat with. What's bothering me in our world right now is he accomplishes all these great things. Like his resume goes as far as, PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, X, the social media platform. And, as of recent, being the first trillionaire on the planet. Now, that's a goal, right? If there's ever a goal that I would set, it would be a goal like that. I never thought about a rocket landing itself, nor did I really have interest in it. But, it's admirable to, no pun, if you shoot for the stars, you actually can get there. Sometimes you can bring it back too, make it land itself, do it again. But people in this world, here's where the haters come in, right? And it's unfortunate that shade of hate is coming from our political leaders. I'm looking around at all the stories, and it's like, you got him saying, he shouldn't be able to have this kind of money, and why does one person need all that kind of money, and he's got to pay his fair share, and it just goes on and on and on. And I'm searching, and the more I search, I don't see the praise, right? Like, I don't see, the claps. Like, dude, here's what you did. You made a rocket go up and come back down and land itself right from the hanging things, and the clippers clipped it and it held it, and badass, right? You have a car that drives itself. You have a car that drives itself. Then when you're out of town, you can sign it up for a fleet that allows you to make money on your vehicle while you're out of town. And the company, that company takes full responsibility of your vehicles. It's the cliff notes of it, right? It's not even the cliff notes of it. It's happening. And it's not even the fact that it's happening. The fact that it's even a thought is genius. I'd have never thought of that, right? So this man does all these cool things, right? And the first thing that you're going to say is, why does he need that amount of money? So you start saying to yourself, somebody like me, right? Because you watch this man get the court of public opinion on his ass, right? Oh, tax the rich and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. While at the same time, let's not talk about that. But the point is, as you build, and this is where I'm getting at, right? It's a lonely road to building. Nobody sees you. Nobody sees all the hard work, the sweat, the tears, the failures. I mean, I talk about the rocket landing. I didn't talk about how many times that bitch exploded in the middle of the ocean, which was far more many times than the one time that it landed back, right? So it's like, you don't see all of that. And by the way, that costs a lot of money to do, all right? So it's all relative in its levels. But anyway, my whole thing is, as you build, it's a natural occurrence. The more success and the higher you get. The higher you get, I talked about this earlier, the higher you get, or the further you get, the less people understand and get it. Like, your friends are there and they always will support you. They still don't get it, right? And your family, obviously, they're there to protect you, but they still don't get it. But you still endure and you move forward, right? The part that kills me is you move forward and the failures happen and people see it. Oh, man, there he goes. Another rocket just blew up over the ocean, or I don't know why he's doing that, wasting it. Shouldn't. And then one success happens and then people start to clap, right? But then there's a certain group around you that you need to be careful of. And that's the people that don't clap when you win. Right? And I think it's weird to me, right? That although this person has on so many different accords proven that you can pierce through walls and do things, there's no doubt. Believe it or not, conspiracy theory or not, I mean, I think this kid wants to go to Mars, and I think he's going to get us there, right? I don't see why you would not praise that or not encourage that or not show that as a beacon of light for others to say, no matter what it is, you may not be trying to get a rocket into space, nor do you care about it, right? But look at the things that you could do if you just think about it. I was watching one of their, and I'm spending time on Musk because that's a great accord, right? But I actually saw a telecast that they did where they were doing a test of how they let out satellites. I mean, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And they called it the Pez system. It's like the Pez candy thing. Who'd have thought that you'd have looked at that and go, that Pez idea is kind of cool, right? You can flip it and, turn it upside down and let satellites come out like the candy's coming out. And as the satellites are going out, they're just going into orbit. And he did it. I think they did a dummy test, but he did it. And it's that's the thing that I'm talking about. Why aren't we as a society encouraging that? And I think it's because of fear. People are fearful of one, what they don't understand, right? They think it's negative for some reason, and some rightfully so. Hey, listen, man, when your radar goes off, I get it, right? But like time after time, like PayPal, millions of people use it. Tesla, how many people have Teslas? I don't, but how many? A friend of mine just got one, and just from seeing his post, I swore I'd never get one. I just don't. I'm old school, right? Give me a diesel truck and I'm happy. But I saw it, and he made it look cool, and I was like, that's cool. So, why would you not embrace that? And that's what's going to happen as you win. I'm telling you. It happens all the time. You got to be calculated in how you win, though. I'm starting to learn, and I'm not the expert at it. This is just like I said. I'm the one that's I'm the young Padawan. I'm no Jedi by any means of the word. But as I look at the web or the matrix that we're in, I start learning, like, if you really want to win, like, these are things that you should do, and these are obstacles that are in the way, right? You change your patterns, the way you think, you change the way that you react to certain things. You control that nervous system, you clear the mind, you basically change who you are as a person and become who you want to become. Elon Musk, I'm pretty sure at some point, and I don't care what you say, because I think law is law, and I think the formula works the same. Some people just know how to get rid of the noise and concentrate more on the signal, meaning that beacon of whatever that they need to get to. And I think this young man is exceptional at that versus most. Steve Jobs was good at it. Like, anybody with extreme focus that could say, like, this is where I'm getting at, this is what's possible, and this is what I'm going to bring to light. Why don't we embrace those? Why don't we push society to be more like that? Right? Versus, you shouldn't have that kind of money. That kind of money is evil. Why does he want to do that? He should pay his fair share. Like, and here's the funny thing too. The people that are saying that, if they were in his position, they wouldn't be saying that. Who would say, I shouldn't have this kind of money? Who's going to say that? First of all, it's the fruit of your labor. So it's just a natural reaction of what happens. Unless you're an idiot. And even at that point, you're still making money. You're just not drawing it to you, or unless you're an idiot. That is just the fruit of your labor. And if you do it well, you get a lot of it, right? I don't think that's what he does it for. Not at all. That's what they may want you to look at it as. And the reason why I say they, people around you want you to see the evil and the horribleness in that. Anything to sway you away as you become more successful, as you stray further away from the pack in your success. And that's no matter, and I'm not just talking about business. I'm talking about whatever it is that you do. Maybe you hang out with a whole bunch of people that, maybe they're just all overweight, and you decide that you want to change. So you decide to go to the gym, do this, do that, get up early, change the way that you live, change your lifestyle. And that hangout with that particular pack doesn't become part of your lifestyle anymore. You sway away from it. I'm not saying that you're going up. Maybe you're going parallel. I don't know what I look at it as a come up, but when you do things like that and make changes like that, and you change, people are going to criticize. Nobody wants to see anybody win. I'm going to watch you suffer, yes. Wonder why you're doing it. Why are you eating healthy? Why are you getting up so early? Why are you working out twice a day? Why are you drinking a gallon of water? Why are you losing weight? Why are you looking so good? Why are you so... People don't want that. Because they don't want to do that. At the end of the day, that they either don't, they can't. And when I say can't, that's just a matter of mind. They don't, they won't, they can't, whatever. They just don't. They want to be in the company of misery. Misery loves company, right? And as you sway away from that, as he did, the pack, right? People want to hate on you. The view changes when you're up front, right? You become the pack leader. And then from there, from up front, the view never changes. You're always up front. It's people in the back. And that's how I think you should prepare yourself. Be ready for the venom. Be ready for the people that won't clap. Nobody wants to see you up on the podium. And sometimes, even when you think they want you to win, they really don't, deep down. How do I know that? Because I've been that type of person before, and I had to change how I think. I had to change my level of thinking from why am I spitting venom to realizing that that's an inspiration. This person, I've made money with this person, and although they're the head honcho, I've seen that they could win, and them winning shows me that I have a path to win. The sky has enough room for all of us. I started looking at it from that angle. Nothing specific in what I just said. I just made some stuff up, but I truly have been that person that just was sitting there waiting for a motherfucker to fail. Honestly. And I had to rethink how I would change that, because I knew deep down that wasn't me. Like, I would honestly, like, why do I have I'd get into like some metacognition state of like, why am I thinking about making, like, what is it about me, or where is it that I lost, or what is it that I'm lacking that makes me want to, and believe me, life ain't perfect. When I spit venom, I spit it hard. And it's just human reaction. Now, I have learned how to correct that. And a lot of times it's not the individual that I'm directing it towards. A lot of times it's just inward. But knowing that, and as a person who's an entrepreneur that's building in a phase at times where things are lonely, in a phase sometimes where things are good and you're the man, in a phase sometimes where you just want to quit, in a phase sometimes where you love it, in a phase sometimes where you're back to feeling lonely, and the cycle continues, right? As a person that's going through it, right? I'm just finding the areas where there are holes in the boat that you gotta make sure you watch out for this. And I'm not saying a person like Elon Musk, does he even care? I mean, if I had $1 trillion, I care what you say about me. That's just me. Now I'm getting on to a different subject. I'm just saying, like, you've got to have thick skin for this type of stuff, but understand that it's going to come. And it is going to come in a way where it's meant to throw you off. It's meant to get you triggered. It's meant to get you emotional. And the last thing that you want to do is start making like these calculated decisions and strategies and everything that you want to do in whatever you're building, whether it's your body and everything, like while you're emotional, right? You don't want to get so emotional where some people go on emotional eating binges and you go right back from, I just got to here to now I'm crashed back to being like this. Like, there's just setbacks. You don't want those setbacks. And I think if you're prepared for it, it just allows you to, you're never really prepared for it because you don't know how the setback's going to come. You can't just sit there and brace yourself and go, the setback's going to come out. Your mind has to be malleable enough to adapt and to still move forward and win, or still move forward and make progress to win, right? Even with all the venom that people are spitting at you. Like, it sucks to be like, it's just, and it's a shame. Like, I get it when it comes to like things like sports and, I never been into sports. My wife got me into sports a long time ago. It's been a while. But anyway, really got into college ball, followed Nick Saban's career, still do with his, sports casting and everything, but his coaching career. And when he was at Alabama, everybody hated him. Why? Because he won. Why do people hate winners so much? Right? They would be waiting for him to lose. And you wonder why. Right? But it's a sport, and I get it. Right? And they're diehards from other schools. Yeah, you should want them to lose. I don't want them to win. That's the whole point. But it's sportsmanship. At the end of the day, we leave it on the field, we go have a beer, and we're all good. Right? But in this light that I'm talking, in this public light, for example, like, these people are spitting venom on a person that could be shown to our society as a beacon, not, like I said, you're not putting rockets in space. Maybe you're not doing electric cars, but more so like, listen, you could do whatever it is that you want to do. Don't penalize people for being successful. Don't go to the Met Gala wearing a tax the rich gown. Why are you at the Met Gala anyway? The thing costs $100,000, so you went to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sends a wrong message. And those are things that people do to throw you off, to throw off your game. Michael Phelps, when he would train, his coach would do all kinds of stuff to throw him off from his game. He'd walk like his, Phelps would be like in the pool, whatever. And then, he'd walk next to his goggles and like step on them so they crack. So water come in, because something could happen in the middle of a, competition. What are you going to do? How are you going to adapt, right? So you do all that stuff for him to throw him off so he can stay focused. Same thing goes with the game. Same thing goes with anything that you build. Don't let people throw your game off, because it's going to come. The more you move away from the pack, the more people are going to think that you're better than everybody else. Right? The more people are going to think, oh, you just thinking differently. You're uppity. Oh, I see. Happens to me all the time. All the time. I ain't nobody special. Like, I've noticed that my circle of friends have gotten to be 3 things, 3 computers, 3 AI computers. I'm kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I get to the point where I feel like my friends sometimes just don't get it. Not everybody. I'm not saying that. If you're watching this, you're a friend of mine. I'm not talking about you. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you've been caught up in a conversation with me and you go, what you should do is, I'm talking about you. If you've never done that to me, I'm not talking about you. But seriously, no, let me preface it by saying, if you said that to me and you said what you should do is, but you've never done it, I'm talking about you. But anyway, my whole thing is, you're going to get that. And then those people think that, just because you just don't get it. Like, think about it like this. I've always thought about it like this. Mark Zuckerberg, right? Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook in college. I guarantee you that a lot of those college people he started it with that were homies, they're not homies now, and they probably don't speak good about him. They spit venom on him left and right. Why? Because he won. I don't care. He won, right? Now, most would argue that, and most people, that will listen to the podcast, if you want to comment on it and say, no, that's not why, because Mark Zuckerberg was a piece of shit and he cheated, or whatever. He won. What I mean by he won is he's the guy in the limelight right now. He's the guy. All right? He's the boss. Nobody knows who you are. If you were one of the original in college and blah, 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 nobody knows he won. So people are going to hate on that. Right? There are a lot of situations where I was never the guy. I was a little puny. That person won, they won. Right? Doesn't matter. I just have learned I don't spit venom. I don't do that. That's just bad karma. It's come back and bit me in the ass. But what I'm saying is, when you're that guy and you become that guy, that's when you separate from the pack, it becomes a problem for most, because they want to know why it's not happening for them like it's happening for that person. That's the bottom line. And then they're going to come up with all kinds of excuses on why it happened for them. Oh, like I said, oh, he came from money, or oh, he's just smarter, or he's just whatever, or he went to this, he went to that. Now realizing some people just come from nothing, they just pop off, and then it's just, people are going to come up with their excuses. It's just, it's sad to me, and it was really sad. And the only reason I really wanted to get on this rant today is because it's like, how could you not celebrate that instead of coming up with a negative for your own benefit, whether it's your press time in the news, this person says Elon Musk should not make this kind of money. Like, why would you do that? Why would you not clap when somebody else wins? And especially if they won the right way. Like, to my knowledge, outside of Neuralink, which I think is asinine, ain't nobody putting anything in my brain, but hey, do you? I mean, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, why would you not, you know what I mean? Why would you not do high fives on it? Or or even like take it and turn it even into a bigger positive for somebody else. I tell my kid this all the time. I need to up it now. Like, I got these mantras, like it's total experiment. My kids are like my lab rats on this when it comes to mantras, right? Ever since they were kids, I have something that I recited to them, and I want to see how it works out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see how it works out. And it's simple. It's like, I am happy, healthy, because I put like some words together, like what's most important to me and what would I want to pass on to my kids. My whole thing was like, I want happiness first, because without happiness, like, it's all gone, right? Health is second. And I fought with that because I was like, well, health should be first, but you could be a grumpy bastard and be healthy. So like, you want your happiness. I think that's where you find your peace. But not to bore you, but it's I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, smart, strong, and tough, right? And every now and then I'll add something on. Like for my son, I always add on, and I'm gonna be a billionaire. I really want to see how that works out, right? In his thinking, because he's still young. So he said to me the other day, he said, Dad, are you a billionaire? And I said, I'm not. But he caught me on that one, which was funny, but it doesn't take me away from saying, like, I am promoting those things to my kids, which is my responsibility, as well as to others, should I need to, other kids, because I feel like I want to uplift. And I think it's not a bad thing. I mean, why would you not want to be the wealthiest country in the world? Why would you not want to have one of the most smartest individuals on this planet? Why would you not want to push people to be the healthiest that they can be, and have a true north to go from? Instead, you want people sick, you want them confused, you want them poor, and you want them dependent. And that translates into everything that I see, from public opinion, government policy, politics down. Like, even in take it into a corporate environment, and you get that, and you get those corporate politics. Take it out of that, and you become an entrepreneur. You get the same thing. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I just feel like we need to turn that around. Prepare yourself for it, but turn that around by having people clap, or think about it, like a simple like or a share, to support somebody is all you need at times, right? And we're so against that, and that could take that experience for somebody else so much further. It would, like, I put it like this: I would think it would be cool. Yes, you would hear it on the news. This guy's the first trillionaire. I would take it more to heart if a school teacher, a governor, a senator, a coach, whatever, says, look at this guy, what he did. Look at how hard he worked. You could do that if you want to, in whatever lane that you want to. I'm not saying do that. Nobody's saying be a trillionaire. That's too. I'm not trying to put pressure on it. You know what I mean? It's just like, you can reach for the stars, and you could accomplish your goals. I'll never forget it. I had somebody that worked for me some years ago, and I thought that they were really good at what they did, and they would be a really good leader at it. And I approached him about it, and I said, I'd love for you to lead this particular division and be good at it. I think you'd be good at it. Sorry. And he looked at me and he said, Mike, honestly, I love being really good at this. That's my goal, just to be really, really good at this. I don't want to do that. Right. So my point is, and I was good with that, but I didn't put the pressure on him to. Some people just, not everybody wants to be a trillionaire. I keep saying it. Not everybody wants to, whatever. But people do have goals, and people do want to reach and build and have happy lives. And we all want to, just grow as a whole, as a person, as a human. whether it's in business and you just, your mind, whatever, your body, everything, right? So why would you not say that and promote that? But instead, here we are. So I'm here to tell you, as you build, trust me, there will be people that test you and that hate on you. The question is, how do you transform that hate into energy that you can use and grow? Just know that it's coming, because a lot of times that could break you. And it's the little things like that. It's not the, it's not the mountain that you're trying to climb. Who said that? Muhammad Ali, I think. It's not the mountain that you're trying to climb that's going to defeat you. It's the pebble in your shoe. And a lot of those pebbles in your shoes are what throw you off and throw off your balance. And if you can get your mind right for it, understand it, and know how to deal with it logically, not emotionally, I think you'll be all right. But I do think you should go out there, you should chase your dreams and try to be a trillionaire in your way. Whatever your trillionaire thing is, try to be the first at it, try to be the best at it, whatever it is, and don't let anybody tell you different. It's hard to build. It's hard to create. It's hard to be successful. It's hard to go after your goals. And sometimes it seems lonely. And sometimes the only person that can convince you to keep going is you, right?
Welcome to the show.
Don't forget, follow us at Ruck Talk. Until next time, see ya.
Yeah.